days that you feel like shit are actually the days that can make you become the man that you've always dreamt of. So stop for a second and listen to me properly, because I'm about to tell you something that most men avoid for their whole entire life. And I'll be honest, I feel awful today. Not slept, I'm tired, not just a bit low, not off, I mean genuinely sick. Body shaking, sick, diarrhea, head pounding, stomach a mess, no food, no energy. These are the kind of days where your body says, bro, just lie down and disappear, put a film on, go to sleep. But here I am, camera on, talking to you. Why? Because this is a lesson that you never get taught. And it's exactly why I'm not going to whisper it. I'm going to tell you straight with conviction. The days that you feel like shit are the days where you can decide whether you want to stay average or to become something rare. Because I made the commitment that I'm going to record these long form videos every single day and upload them every day. So that's what I'm doing. Because anyone can show up on a good day. Anyone can be disciplined when they feel great. And anyone can chase goals when the sun's shining and the energy's high and everything's awesome. But you and me, we're defined by days exactly like this. So let me give you the hook. If your whole life falls apart every time you feel rough, every time you get a bit of a flu or a bit of a sickness, you're never going to be unstoppable. Ever. And that's the truth that nobody wants to say, or nobody even really wants to admit either. Now listen to me deeper, because this is where most men ruin their life without even realising it. When you're ill, when you're tired, when you're stressed, when you're overwhelmed, when you feel weak, when your head's cloudy and you feel a bit anxious, when everything feels heavy, because we all have them days, we're human. Your brain pulls out the same sentence every single time. Just take it easy today. 1 day off won't hurt, but 1 day off leads to 2. 2 days off leads to 5. 5 days off leads to, I'll just start again on Monday. And that's exactly how momentum dies. Quietly, slowly, but still very painfully. And this is exactly how your life could slip backwards without you noticing it until it's too late. So let me get personal. Because today, my whole body was telling me, don't bother with a video today, no effort, no gym. But do you know what? It hit me harder. The fact that every time I obey that voice, I weaken my identity. Let me say that again. Every time I listen to that smaller voice, I weaken my identity. Because you do not break discipline by not missing the task. You break discipline by letting your feelings win. That's exactly what destroys men. Not failure, not stress, not sickness, but the habit of letting emotions make decisions for you. And here's the part that slaps most men awake. If your actions are based on how you feel, you'll spend your entire life staying and feeling stuck. You'll never be able to build a physique that you respect. You'll never be able to build a mindset that you can trust on good days and bad days, and you'll never build a business that lasts. You'll never build confidence that stays. You'll never build peace inside of yourself, because feelings change every single day, but your standards should not. So let me break this down as simply and as brutally as I can. On good days, you build momentum. But on the bad days, like I'm having today, you build character and resilience. And character and resilience is what builds your future. So most of you watching this, you don't need more motivation. You don't need another journal entry. You don't need another dopamine detox. You don't need another 21-day challenge. You need 21 days of consistency, but fuck all these little challenges. You need a daily system so simple that you can follow it, even when you feel like absolute shit like I do today. So let me ask you something. What happens to your life on your bad days? Do you fall apart? Do you take the day off? Do you skip your habits? Do you give yourself excuses? Do you say to yourself, I'll get it done tomorrow? And then repeat that every day for the next 3 weeks and the task still isn't done? If so, your system's fake, because it only works when you feel good. That means that it's not a system, it's just a mood. Let me say it again, that's not a system, that's a mood. A system only counts if it still holds and works during chaos. Think about elite fighters, top performers, high-level people. They do not stop because they feel rough, because their whole life is built upon the principle of show up anyway, make it happen, perfect or imperfect, with building days of discipline and consistency. Let me give you a simple example from today. I woke up shaking, had to sit down in the shower, struggled to keep any water down, kept being sick, my vision was blurry, my head was spinning, I just wanted to get back in bed and feel sorry for myself, and everything inside me said, skip this video. But the system that I live by said, no, show up in any form you can, hit the target day after day. So here I am, not looking pretty, not high energy, not polished, But this is as raw and as real as you'll see on YouTube today, because this message matters more than the looking perfect ever will. Here is the truth, that when you show up on your worst days, you send a signal to your brain that I'm not negotiating with my feelings anymore. Let me say that again. I'm not negotiating with my feelings anymore. That one sentence changes your entire identity. So let me explain why this matters way more than you think. Because most men do not fail because life is hard. Most men fail because they allow weak moments to become weak identities. One missed day becomes a rule. One bad week becomes your personality, and one period of stress becomes an excuse for your whole life. You're not weak, you're just undisciplined. And undisciplined men blame their feelings for absolutely everything. Easy excuses. So break the rule, flip the script. Start mastering the art of showing up regardless of emotion. Getting the job done whether you feel good or not. Because it's something that most men never experience, and that's self-trust, self-love. So let me tell you about it. Self-trust is the most powerful thing a man can build in his life. Because when you trust yourself, stress can't break you. Heartbreak doesn't break you. Sickness can't break you. Pressure does not break you. Bad days do not break you. Because no matter what, because you know that no matter what, I still show up, I still get things done, I still plant another day in the wall of consistency. And this is exactly what I want you to feel. This is exactly what I want you to start building in your life. This is a standard that you deserve to live by. But it only comes from days like today, where you feel drained and you still show up anyway. Where you feel sick and you still do one thing that keeps that momentum alive and that consistency growing and the dominoes falling. Where you feel weak but you still act strong. Where you feel empty but you still stay committed. Where you feel like giving up but you refuse to give up. So let me give you the most practical value of this whole video. So if you want to build a life that does not fall apart, build a daily system that is so simple you can follow it even on your worst day. Get hydrated, walk outside, have some whole foods, do some subconscious programming, do your income generating activities, get a training session in, keep your promises, do the one non-negotiable that builds momentum in your life. That's it. Not 70 tasks, not a perfect routine, just a system that you can follow. Sick, tired, stressed, overwhelmed, heartbroken, or drained. So let me hit you with this. A weak man disappears when life hits him. A strong man just adjusts. A lethal man stays consistent throughout it all. So let me tell you again, you don't need perfection. You just need proof. Proof that you can do something small even when you feel stuck and broken and down in the dumps. Because once you prove that to yourself, you become dangerous in the best way possible. You become a man who can't be stopped by emotion or bad days, because life's always going to happen to us at times. You become a man who cannot be controlled by a mood or some negative emotions. You become a man who cannot be derailed by a bad day. You become a man who cannot be manipulated by his own weakness and self-betrayal and self-sabotage. And when life happens to us, we don't collapse. You become unfuckwithable. So let me close with something real right now, because I feel horrible, but this video will still be posted. Not because I'm special, not because I'm tougher than you, not because I'm more motivated you, but because I live by a daily system that does not let me negotiate on my standards. Daily income generating activities, daily long form video, daily talks with my clients, and daily training. And it works every single day. And if you want to live by the same day, start today. Show up once when you feel awful, and your whole life will start to feel different. Because when you show up at your lowest, you never fear your lows again. So before you click on the next video, click in the link in the description of this video, download the Become Unfuckwithable Blueprint. It's the free system that I've used to change my life and change all of my clients' lives as well. It's a free system. It's there for you to download and use. So I'll see you in the next video. But like I say, don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to download a life-changing free system. Let's go.